It's 6 a.m. on a Sunday, and volunteers from the Guru Nanak Free Kitchen are wide awake, cooking some hearty meals. Later, they will serve hundreds of those hot dishes at the corner of Dudney and Angus Streets. Organizers say trucks park there because there's so much need in the neighborhood.
Our menu, we have fine-tuned to the taste of Canadians. We do not use a lot of spices. We make sure there's rice, we make sure there is pasta, and then we'd have some Indian curry with, let's say, lentils, chickpeas, red beans.
Jutla says COVID-19 has brought more people to the free kitchen due to loss of jobs. He says giving 10% of one's income to those in need is a core value of the Sikh faith, his life's devotion.
Guy could come on a Mercedes or a guy could come on a donkey. We don't ask no questions. Here's the meal. How many do you need? So we don't care. And other people are looking, why you give? That's our belief. It's called seva. We do not question anybody.
The owner of Regina's Saltine Baking Company also gives back. Before the pandemic, Saltine would regularly donate extra bread to a community fridge. But when it shifted to online sales, there was no extra product at the end of the day. That prompted the bakery to start the Community Loaf program so customers could help them donate to the community fridge by covering half the cost of each loaf.
I don't think it's fair that anyone should go without bread. And I think that, the first time either of us, like my baker Angela or I, took a load to the community fridge, it's a very emotional process, because you don't realize, not that you're ignoring it, but you don't realize the impact and the need for it, I think, until that moment. Essentially, a lot of the loads we take, we have kids helping us unload our van who are waiting there for the food that they don't have at homes.
The Saskatoon Riversdale Community Fridge on 20th Street West is still in its first year. Renata Chosick and her classmate were studying sustainability at the University of Saskatchewan when they came up with the idea.
And we knew that there was a need here because a lot of us on the organizing committee work for other nonprofits, and we saw a huge need for food, especially after COVID. Many people were laid off or lost their jobs, and I work with newcomers, and that food security is a huge need in those communities.
Chosick says more community fridges are needed in Saskatoon, and more donations are needed at Riversdale.
Right now, the need outweighs the supply, and the fridge is often empty. So we try to stock it at least once a day ourselves, and we know that a lot of community members do stop by and put food in the fridge. We don't know how many times, but at least once a day, if not twice, we try to stock it from our funds and also our volunteers who do the transport.
330 kilometers north of Meadow Lake sits Turner Lake and Birch Narrows Community Food Centre. Food security is a constant struggle in northern Saskatchewan.
A lot of our families nowadays, they live in the north and food is more expensive, gas is more expensive, everything's more expensive. And imagine living at home, living on social assistance when you're receiving a little over $200 every 2 weeks. Every day a mother is thinking, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to put food on a table when I have all these bills to pay?
Would you like to have more events like this?
The food center doesn't just give out food, it teaches community members how to cook traditional and nutritious meals.
And one time I think we got up to 6 or 7 moose, and we actually did the whole community. Our whole community was in there sitting together and fixing moose, and we were cooking it at the same time and eating it at the same time, and just our building was full of life. There was children, there was elders, there was young moms, there was was full. It's beautiful.
LeMaigre Sylvester says running the food center has given her life more purpose than ever before. And if you're inspired to give this season, you can help others. Visit cbc.ca/behindsk and make a donation to our Make the Season Kind campaign in support of food banks of Saskatchewan. Laura Sharpaletti, CBC News, Regina.